see how you react.
But you have a hard time getting out, don't you? I mean,
I do.
You're a busy man, dude.
Yeah,
you're a busy man.
I'm an old man. We don't get out much out of Greeley.
But you're kind of, I won't say excited, but I mean, you're going to get some free time for,
Dude, I've already got my calendar reserved for the next year. My wife's got date nights planned. I mean, we got shit already planned.
You got to go back to being a married man. Ain't that a bitch?
I got responsibilities outside of here. No, it'll be good. I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't say we've slept more than 5 hours in a single night in the last 2 years.
Sure.
Between kids and the club and what it is, and it's our choice. I mean, I'm very happy. I would never go back.
Well, when you're dealing with your passion, dude,
yes, sir.
You know what I mean. That's tough. I know for me that's tough.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to start doing this more, but I mean, I work, I got a house, you know what I mean. I don't have the responsibilities you do, but that's a tough call to make. You know what I mean. So I understand where you're coming from with that.
It's real.
And I want to tell you, it is sad, and this is going to be ultimately kind of a sad day for a lot of comics, really, because this is a home club for a lot of comics. I think comics, a lot of comedians do have a home club. All of them have what they would consider their home club. The place they go, the place where if they're going to do a set, if they want to do their special, they're going to do it at that club. And there's a lot of comics here that I think you've taped some specials here, haven't you?
Oh yeah. There's been quite a few people that have done CD recordings. Their first,
right.
Not only on iPod, but again, just in general. There's been a lot of exposure. And it's great. It's great to be able to have this in their mind. You know what I'm saying? One thing that really excites me, and or lack of better terms, is just how many people on Facebook have our background as their profile picture.
That's cool.
I mean, and I take pride in that.
That is cool.
I submitted to Facebook. I need to get paid for that shit. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, real. I mean, and that, to me, it's honorable. That means a lot to me. I'm like, wow, you didn't have to do that. You can pick any picture to throw up there. And again, it's social media, which is whack. I mean, it is what it is. But it's the thought process,
Right.
So.
No, I like that. I'm gonna talk to Danielle, the other half here, in a minute when she's actually working. She's the working one. She's the badass.
Yes, she does work. I like to just laugh.
Do you have any? What's the craziest thing that's happened in this club so far? I mean, not even bad crazy, Josh. Just like holy shit, that just happened crazy. Man,
there's been all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, if you go anywhere from the medium to the comics to the crowd to the environment, I mean, We've had stories of ghosts. We've had stories of
I'm going to actually ask
spirits.
Danielle about
yes.
that. I'm going to have Danielle talk about that. She's the one who gets passionate about the ghosts.
You need to let her talk about that. It's every night's different. What's amazing to me is I can have people in here that I would expect to act one way, and it's completely flipped. I can never give a rhythm or rhyme as far as how they're going to do or what they're going to do. It's just that thought process of come have a good time, make it happen, laugh it up. I'm avoiding your question, isn't I?
A little bit.
Yeah, I am. The one conflict I would say, and again, you didn't say necessarily a conflict.
Yeah, there's going to be a conflict.
But the one thing that stands out to my mind is we've never really had any problems here, right? My average demographic is 35 and older. So, I mean, that's why I said earlier, professionals. People who work a job, who have a family, who have a life, who want to come have a good time.
Right.
Well, with that being said, the opening night, we've opened the doors first time. We probably had 65, 75 people in here.
That's cool.
We had 99.9 do like a live point, etc. They were doing a live feed, etc. And I remember IDing these guys. There's one guy, 3 ladies, and these ladies were like 6'3", 6'4", and they were big girls. They're like 350 plus.
Oh, shit.
And they all come in, whatever else. They got mad because I checked their IDs. They were all late 30s, early 40s.
All right.
This has relevance, I promise. And so they go sit down. They do their thing. They didn't order any drinks. They order some food, no drinks, and all of a sudden the dude gets up, goes to the restroom, and we're busy as heck. My door guy at the time, his name was Brandon, big dude. He's probably at least 6'3", 6'4" himself.
I think I remember Brandon.
He's manager at Home Depot, kind of skinny, but he's tall.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's like, Josh, I hear some shit. I'm like, well, what do you hear? Go check it out. Like, I'm busy, dude. I don't have time to babysit you.
Yeah.
That you know your job. So he goes in the restroom, and he finds the dude that I specified earlier with an aerosol can busting out my pictures on the side of the wall on our opening night. And he comes running out at me, Josh, this guy's breaking your shit. So I go walking in there, and by the time I come back, he has the gentleman's arm all the way up behind his back. The guy was up against the wall. The aerosol can was on the floor, and you could just see I had 4 or 5 broken picture frames. We used to have little sexy pinup girls that were up on the mirrors. They were like antiques, you know what I'm saying? Just that, because that's the feel of the bathroom, right?
Yeah, right.
The restroom, excuse me. It's that antique kind of, the old school girl, kind of the pinup style.
Right.
He busted all those off. So we 86 his ass. He gets out of the door. We get him upstairs. He's a little crazy, whatever else. Well, his girls are still down here. Like, we didn't give him opportunity to say bye to his girls. Like, they're still down here.
The offensive line's still here.
Yeah, they are still down there. And they're big ladies, and they definitely let you know. So after, like, 5 or 6 food orders later, the one lady gets up and goes to the restroom. Well, she's in there for quite a bit. Well, whatever. I wouldn't expect anything less, right?
Right.
So she comes back, whatever, and everything's said and done. All of a sudden, they got to leave. I'm like, all right, whatever. Well, your man was a dick anyway, so you can roll out. I don't care. You paid your cover. No, I'm just kidding. But it was a thought process, right?
Right.
Well, at the time, we had Spencer James, which was our headliner, and his girlfriend was here. And she comes back, and she's like, hey, did you know your restroom's broke? And I'm like, well, what are you talking about, broke? I'm like, we just opened. And shit works. I know it's not broke. She's like, oh, no, the whole stall's broke. I'm like, oh, great. Is it falling down, or you can still able to use a toilet commode? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, then it's fine. Yeah. Anyways, so my wife, about 20, 30 minutes later, because we're busy, right? We don't have time to go check. I mean, as long as it's fine, I'm okay with it. Right. Later, goes into the woman's restroom. Not only is there 3 or 4 pictures missing at the time, which the woman's restroom has sexy guys, by the way. So I've been told. Anyways, there's like 3 or 4 pictures that are missing. And we come to find out the whole front side of the restroom stall is broke. And so this is a metal stained fucking steel door, like the whole door that shuts to close the bathroom stall. It's fucking flimsy. It's still that way now. Like, you can go in there, you can just touch it, and the whole thing is just like
just wobbles.
Yeah. So this lady either had to fall into it, jump into it. Like, I don't know what she was doing in there.
She had to get out, bro. She had to get out.
She had to get out of that area.
She dropped something in the toilet she didn't want to be next to anymore. You know what I mean?
So when we opened, we brought in a great big ceramic ashtray cigarette thing we put outside. It took 3 of us to get in here. Thing weighed like 250 pounds.
Wow.
So my door guy at the time was like, dude, we better Hilti this shit down. This is opening night. We do all this. We better Hilti this down. I'm like, dude, nobody's going to take this. It took 3 of us. Like, really? He's like, it's Greeley. I'm like, yeah, man, really? Come on. Long story short, we came back Saturday, the second night after all this went down the first night. Came back Saturday about 3:30. It was gone.
Somebody stole it.
A $350 ceramic ashtray that was...
And you left it outside?
Well, yeah, because it's like what's at King Soopers. Like, you walk up, you got your regular your trash can. I mean, and they're heavy as fuck. They're great, big ones.
Yeah.
Someone
kept that fucker.
One day.
Wow.
One day. That should have just been a mark for us. We should have known at that point.
Greeley's a rough town, but it's I lived in Pueblo for many years, though, so I mean, this Greeley's medium ghetto.
Yeah,
Pueblo is rough. Pueblo's rough as shit, bro. It was rough as shit. Well, we're going to wrap it up, because what we're going to do today is I'm going to bring all the comics performing today back here one by one, and they're going to talk about the Downunder. I want to thank you. Thank you for the friendship. It's always I've always enjoyed your company, friendship.
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother, and it's always been fun. Every time I've ever wanted stage time, you've always given it to me. You never fought me on it. So I'd have to badmouth you. That's convenient. You know what I mean? And thanks, Josh McCannon. We're going to get everybody down here to give you a thanks, too. This will be coming out in probably 2 weeks. Okay. Because yesterday I was trying to do the Christmas special with Bob and them, but goddamn, but he's my kryptonite. That guy gets me off schedule so hard. And so...
and when you got drunk killer, it doesn't help either. So.
Yeah, I might have to get 6 killer on here early.
Yeah,
because
seriously. He's already starting to drink. So.
Drinking that fucking fire
water.
But
he got a sleeping bag over there, too.
He's ready. That's what I like. These other comics aren't ready. This dude's ready.
He realizes.
Yeah, that's if I could stay, because I had to work tomorrow. I couldn't get someone to switch with me. I'd have done the same thing. I'd have had my little night sack, and I'd have slept on that fucking stage.
Actually, we got VIP beds back there.
VIP?
Yeah,
is that
VIP
is
style,
someone get lucky in that bitch, or what?
Maybe Ben Adams, if this ever comes out. But I'm just saying, it happened.
Is Ben Adams? Oh, Ben Adams might have got it.
Yeah, he might have got it. Yeah, he...
boy.
Last weekend, actually, party went down. Again, it's closing, so I don't care.
This is hearsay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the party went down last weekend, and we had an opportunity where we had honorance of Mr. Rick Bryan being our headliner. Right. And it got a little crazy. Right. And as the owner, I didn't feel like it was a PC thing to send him home drunk as a skunk. So I actually let him pass out in the backside of a comedy club in Greeley. And so these guys stayed the night. And we came in the next morning and let them free. You know what I'm saying? Locked them up, let them free, and they ran wild, And it was to the point where they weren't drinking the alcohol or anything, but they had a home. You know what I'm saying? They were safe.
Yeah.
And to me, it meant a lot. Because one, I knew they had respect for me and my wife and the club and what we've done. And I knew they wouldn't hurt us. And two, they couldn't drive.
Right.
So why not stay where you belong? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The home club, brother.
Right.
You're safe. So
that's cool.
It turned out really good.
Well, Josh, thanks for coming on. I might be coming on here pretty quick. I'm pretty early in the schedule. Yep. So, like I said, everybody hang tight. We're going to bring every comic back here. They're going to tell some funny stories about the Downunder. And thank you, brother.
Thank you.
So anyway, That was Josh McCannon. Now I got a new guy down. We're just going to shuffle through comedians tonight. We got the guy who actually opened the set. I got to see some new stuff out of him. He's a good friend of mine. We recently went on a big road trip together doing some comedy together.
Oh, my gosh, that was great.
Yeah, Kevin Bennett. Welcome, Kevin.
How you doing, everybody?
And also, you were one of our first episodes. You were 4? What episode?
Yeah, it was here at the Downunder, actually, with Bob Gaudette, and we were right here, and we had a fun little episode and talked shop. It was a great time.
Yeah. You do you play some instruments on stage. You do a little everything, right?
I do. I try and do. I got an accordion. Sometimes I'll bring up a harmonica. I've got a sitar, but I haven't figured out anything out for that yet. But one of these days,
Okay. We're talking today about the Downunder. Today's the last day. Kind of a sad day. Do you consider this your home club, Kev? Or?
It was for a long time. I really love this club. I would have been here a lot more regularly, but I got busy in other areas. And as we know as comedians, money is something that's hard to come by.
Yeah.
But I love this club. We were here, I was one of the very first headliners here back in 2012 in March. And different show structure then. They've changed a lot. They did a lot of really good things. And it's sad to me that they are actually closing tonight. I kind of feel like they could do it, but life's a difficult thing, so.
It is. It's kind of a bummer. And I mean,
it really is.
This type of club is hard to sustain. It's hard to keep.
Yeah.
It's people. And the sad part is once it goes away, everybody's gonna get upset. Like, oh, how come we close? Well, that's one last thing to do.
Yeah, we're in a depressive economy right now. I mean, I'm amazed they managed to keep open as long as they did, and they did a great job.
They fought. They scratched.
They were in the trenches.
Yeah, they did a good job. And this is such a great place. It's kind of a butter, but this is a comedy podcast. So I've been telling all the comics come back here. You got a funny story to tell us today about
the Down Under,
about anything in life, Kev. You astound me with your humor, my friend.
Well, I hope I can keep doing that. I tell you what. Here's a funny story that happened to me.
Okay,
I'm a substitute teacher. That's how I subsidize my comedy.
All right.
To the chagrin of the state and anybody who's seen me there, I got a substitute job recently, about 2 weeks ago, for a preschool. And, with comedy, you got to take all the jobs you can get. So I took this preschool job, and what happens is they call you up over the phone. They say, okay, there's this job, and it's at this location. And then after they said that, a computer voice said a different address. And so I figured, well, the computer voice knows what it's talking about.
Sure.
And then after that, it said it's a pajama party for Christmas because, they got to be all politically correct. So what they do for Christmas in preschool is a pajama party where they have hot cocoa and wear pajamas. That's how they do it. So they said to the substitute, put on some pajamas and show up ready for the pajama party.
Awesome.
It was great. Yeah, so I was like, all right. So I put on some pajamas, with the little Godzillas. And they were fluffy shirt, and I had a.
Did you previously own these pajamas, or were these brand new? Did you buy them, or did you already own these damn things?
I actually had to kill a hipster, and then I stripped the hipster down. There's ways of skinning a hipster. You got to find the buttons, pull it off. The skinny jeans make it difficult. Sometimes you got to use a knife. That's just how it is.
Okay.
But no, I had these pajamas just Christmas or something. So I put them on, and I go to the address that it said on the voice recording.
Right.
And I go to the door, and there's a sign on the door that says, doors don't open until 8:20. Well, I got to be on call at 8:30. So I bang on that door as hard as I can. I'm wearing this Russian babushka hat, I've got combat boots and pajamas, because it's snowing out, I don't want to get my pajamas dirty. I got them tucked in.
Sure.
So I'm banging on it, and finally this old custodian lets me in. I said, I'm here for the pajama party. And this was not the right school. This was not the right school at all. He's like, the pajama party? I said, yeah, the pajama party. I'm the substitute. And he, Diane, you heard about any pajama party? No, I haven't. You got the wrong school, son. So I had to...
These are for young kids? Is this a pajama party for young kids?
Preschoolers.
So you sick bastard. That's
I know.
what he's thinking.
It was horrible. So that was the humiliation I had to go through outside. That's the most recent goofy ass thing that's happened to me, and I can't really tell that on stage because people think I'm a pedophile.
That's why I want to do. I want to do a podcast. I want to start doing some. This hit me later last night, and I thought, man, what we should have done, Kevin, is been doing this on stage tonight instead of comedy.
Oh, right.
Just have them come up because there's a lot of jokes there's a lot of stories comics have that don't relate to jokes, but they're funny. They're funny stories you tell your friends or you tell on a podcast, but on stage.
Oh, it's just not. You're going to work the same.
Yeah. Because I have a story I'd like to tell, but I can't do it on stage because it just doesn't. It doesn't. I'll tell the story a little later in the podcast,
right.
But it's something like Voki when he hears it, he laughs because he was there for the whole story. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So you do. How long have you been doing a substitute thing?
Doing the substitute thing about 2 years. I started doing that shortly after I started doing comedy because I needed a job that I could use to supplement income but had no set schedule. Because with comedy, you're up till 2 in the morning half the time, and you're going all over the place. You got to travel a lot, and there's just no way to take off the time you need in a job and really pursue it seriously.
And you've done a lot of traveling lately.
As much as I can, I'm looking to book a tour in 2015.